But don't let that fool you. They are not related to zebras whatsoever. Does anybody know what the okapi is related to?
The giraffe?
The giraffe, exactly right. Weird, right? That does not look like a giraffe, but they do have some common features. They have ossicones and tongues so long they can lick their own eyeballs. How fun is that? Definitely helps if they're snacking their way through the forest. Coming up to a couple greater kudu on our right. They are beautiful. I see a couple ladies here on our right. Only the boys have horns. And I think there may be a bongo or two up the top of the hill here. Now, unlike kudu, both males and females have horns. Let's see in a mixture here. There's a little juvenile right there. They're little tiny horns. Oh, wait, look at this. On our left, oh my goodness, this is actually a really fantastic view of a black rhino. Look at that. And look at how long that one's horn is. That's crazy. Every rhino does have a little bit of a different shape to its horn. It's made out of the exact same stuff as our hair, our fingernails. It's just keratin. You probably have more in common with a rhino than you think you do. But just like we'll manicure our nails, they manicure their horns. They kind of just shape them however they would like, rubbing them on trees and rocks. So a lot of black vultures around here. And black vultures, they do like to spend time around bigger kind of pachyderms, animals with that really thick gray skin. They'll actually eat the insects and the old skin off of them, which keeps them clean, and the bird gets a tasty snack. So there's actually a really cool symbiotic relationship going on there. There is a really cool bird here on our left. It's called a saddle-billed stork. Oh, there's actually two of them. Look at this one down here in the water. Really pretty. Let's see something. They are gorgeous. And really interesting, what I love most about them is there is a dimorphism between the males and the females. The males have brown eyes and the females have yellow eyes. And that's how you can tell the difference, which is really cool, right? Now while we're here in the forest, I do want to stop on over to the Suffy River and see if we can find just this morning I actually did see a hippo in the water. Looks like there's a couple over on the right. Looks like a little friend has joined him. He's gonna sleep in. But see if I can find a couple of hippos. There's a really popular spot in the bend over here. Maybe on our left. Ah, yeah, there we go. There's lots of hippos on our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 of them. And this is a pretty typical behavior to see for a hippo. They are primarily nocturnal, so they will be kind of sleeping all day long, coming out at nighttime to graze along the banks. I think I might see one moving in the water up here, but seeing a lot of bird activity.
Which one's Augustus?
Seeing some pink-backed pelicans roosting on the island. Oh, do you see this hippo? Look directly to your left, right down there. And, just some bubbles. Not coming up yet. But they can hold their breath for about 8 minutes at a time. So he'll probably be down there for a while.
Up here's where the tour was.
Oh, this is really cool. See how they're sunning their wings? Yeah, birds don't regulate their body temperature like we do, so they have to kind of hold their mouths open to cool off and spread out their wings, soaking up that heat from the sun. Oh, okay. Look at this. There's a crocodile in the water. You see that? And then one way in the back there who is also holding its mouth open.
There was a ton of them back there.
Very similar strategy between both birds and crocodiles.
There used to be a ton of them there?
Yeah, there's a couple of them around. Birds do need to be a little bit careful. They have amazingly powerful jaws. Their bite force is about 2,000 pounds per square inch. It's pretty amazing. And they're not really moving around very much right now, but when they decide it's time to feed, they are very fast. Even on land with those little legs, their top speed's about 10 miles per hour, which is still pretty quick. That truck only goes 8 miles
Tour
per hour.
vehicle around.
So probably don't want to spend too much time around those crocodiles. Alright, let's make our way out to the savannah. The majority of species we're looking for out here are migratory, and that just means they're following rain patterns. They're looking for some fresh water, some good food. They go around all the time, so you never really know who you're going to find, but this is going to be our best bet for finding some of Africa's most iconic wildlife. Let's see. I already start to notice a couple of unique features as the trees thin out, more sunlight comes in, the underbrush grows in thicker, and that provides food for everybody else. So a lot of species are really relying on the stress to do their job. You just get pruning shears. Now I do see a predator on our left, sleeping in the shade. There is a pack of African wild dogs. Now they look similar to hyenas because of their coloration, but they're a lot smaller. They're a different species. I know they're really cute, and they have the word dog in their name, but I promise those are very different from any pets. They have it home. Those are the most successful predators in Africa.
There's a good show on, I forget what channel it was on, but it was called Dynasties or something.
20% of the prey it pursues. Wild dogs catch 85%. Yeah, that's a big difference. Ooh, look at that, some sable antelope out there on the left. Not too unusual to see some sables kind of off on their own. They do tend to be a little bit territorial. But for wild dogs, it seems intimidating to say, you know, they're successful predators. They're scary. But the reality of it is that they do not just catch food for themselves. They actually feed their old, their young, they're sick, and they're injured. They take care of their families just like we do. And they work together to catch their prey, which is why they are such good hunters. Very, very good animals to hunt. Dingoes are a little bit different, and they're a little bit more solitary too. But yeah, a little bit of a different species. But I do believe dingoes are in the same family. Now I do see a couple of cool animals coming up here. These that we're pulling up to are called Ankole cattle, and they have the most amazing horns that look like they would be just tremendously heavy. But if you took a cross section of these horns, it looks like honeycomb.
That's where the African wild trek is.
So they're actually very lightweight.
We don't have any videos of it. We could put some more pictures on it.
Inside of those horns, there's a lot of blood vessels. So as it starts to get warmer and warmer, they will dilate and more blood will pump through those horns to allow that heat to dissipate from the surface. Like built-in air conditioning. Lots of white-bearded wildebeest back there. Look at this little springbok on the right. A lot of people think springbok are babies, but that's fully grown. They do not get any bigger than that. And they're called springbok because they could come and just jump through our truck here. No, they're antelope. One of the smallest antelope. They are so cute. I believe, I'm not sure, I think they might be of South Africa. I know there's a lot of like sports teams, especially that have them as the symbol. They're very speedy and quick. Lots of giraffes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 giraffes. It looks like there may even be a little one. If you look really, really, really far left, it's kind of laying down there in the grasses.
Yeah.
There's been, a couple babies born within the last 9 months, actually. Oh, I think there's actually 2 of them back there. They're kind of sneaky. I know they're so tiny. Although tiny is kind of a relative term for a giraffe. You're 6 feet tall at birth. Look at them. They're all snacking away. No surprise there. Yeah, they eat for 80% of their day. Living the dream. That sounds amazing. And we've been getting a lot of rain out here recently. Many of the watering holes have started to fill up, and that's drawing the attention of some elephant herds. There is a beautiful male elephant on our right. Look at him. And he is just huge. Even for an elephant, I mean, he's massive. Now from here, we can actually see the blood vessels in his ears. That's why they flap them back and forth so much. Similar concept with the Ankole cattle. Moving it back and forth. This is gonna decrease their body temperature by about 10 degrees.
That's what we did on Tuesday, caring for giants. We saw the elephants. We'll have more videos on that.
You just see the top of his head poking through the trees. Yeah, there he is. All the way to the right there. Here's some ear flapping. That's so cool. We are starting to head a little bit farther into elephant country, and I do want to see if we can maybe find a herd of elephants, because that would be super cool. Let's head over to the next watering hole and see if we can find anybody. Now, in recent years, we've been able to monitor some of the elephant migrations coming across the reserve, and we've noticed that they will always avoid any areas where there are a lot of honeybees, which is kind of bizarre. We think it's because they have such a highly developed sense of hearing. The buzz so much elephant poaching. Not so good. So using our little bee friends and what we've learned from these exact animals right here, we've been able to minimize that conflict and protect the lives of thousands of elephants all over the world, which is really spectacular. There's a whole herd. So that male we saw, he's just going to be living in solitude. They leave their herd around 14, 15 years old. The rest of them is a whole group of females and their offspring all living together, just are much smaller. There's 1, 2, 3 of them. Lots of ear flapping going on today. A little bit warm out. And you may also notice that they have some dust and some dirt up on their back, which is intentional. Even though their skin is thick, it is susceptible to insect bites and sunburns, so that is going to just protect it. Nice natural sunscreen. Oh, alright. Looks like the water has not just attracted elephants. There's a flamboyance of flamingos on our left. Oh, look at that one feeding with its feet up. That was amazing. Now, these are called greater flamingos. Not because they're better than the other flamingos. They're just the biggest. Oh, you got me there. You got me there. Oh, look at that elephant in the back. That's awesome. These are also the palest pink of all 6 flamingo species, but they really do get their coloration from their diet. They do eat shrimp. Not quite the same shrimp that us humans eat. It's tiny microscopic brine shrimp, but it's very high in a protein called a beta-carotene, and that is what turns them pink, which is just so cool. I mean, they're pink. Everything that is awesome. Another elephant. We're going to start moving just a little bit farther east into the reserve. Don't be terribly surprised if the density of wildlife starts to decrease a little bit. We're starting to head into big cat hunting territory. Not too many animals like venturing this far in. I don't blame them. You never know. Definitely looks like nobody's enjoying a mud. Well, oh, probably that rhino. Look at that. There's a rhino on our right. There's a couple of them actually sleeping right there on the hillside. Yeah, they're pretty sneaky in there. But very similar to elephants, that thick gray skin. Still got to coat it in mud to protect it. So they've probably been enjoying this little mud ball over here on the left. Now I will say rhinos are one of few animals that can just hang out in predator territory because they don't have any predators. They are way too big. These animals are about 5,000 pounds each. Yeah, exactly. Look at them. And these are a lot bigger than the black rhino that we saw over in the forest. A little bit more social. And they have a really wide, boxy mouth to graze on grasses, which is actually where they get their name from. When European settlers were first learning about this species, the Afrikaans word for wide is bite. And they're like, ah, yeah, the white rhino, for sure. And that name literally just stuck ever since, all because of a misinterpretation, which is rather interesting. Oh, okay, look on our left. It's a little tricky to see. I'll find it out as best as I can. There's 2 trees that have a lot of branches in them. Look to the left of that on the ground there. I think are 2 cheetahs. You can see their ears and their tails might flick just a little bit. But they do have some good camouflage. There's a tail. You can just see the white end of it moving.
How long this pole is.
But just resting, which is not terribly surprising. As you can imagine, it does take a lot of energy. Catch your prey when you're running at 70 miles an hour. That's as fast as your car goes on the highway. So they do rest quite a bit, but they are much smaller than the other big cats. They are not able to compete for resources.
Fried rock.
So that's why they are most active around dawn and dusk. It's to kind of
remember too, when you watch this, it's great to come at night. You can hear them howling, roaring, not howling, roaring.
There's a male lion right there. Directly to our left, you can just see a little bit of his mane and his ear poking up. He's snoozing too. They're definitely nocturnal. Their eyesight's about 6 times better than ours in the dark. So that makes sense. And he's not going to be the one doing the hunting, though. It's female lioness that go out and catch the prey. But the craziest thing is, even if they go out hunting 15 times, typically they only catch something 1 of those times. They do not eat very often and need to conserve their energy. So they'll rest for about 20 hours a day. Every single day. Oh, there's a female. Oh, yeah, she's very sleepy from all that sleeping she has been doing. Very sleepy. Now that means by the end of their life, which is usually about 20 or 25 years old, they will have only been awake for a total of 3 years. You do the math, which is pretty crazy. That's amazing. An antelope coming up ahead. Yeah, so there's a couple of Bontebok over on our right.
Paging Mr. Morrow.
Which is a really cool animal to see. Currently, there's estimated to be about 1,600 Bontebok in the world. They actually don't live anywhere in the wild, only on protected reserves like this one. And as crazy as it may seem, that's actually a really big improvement on their previous status. At one point, there were only 17 Bontebok on this planet. That's it. Kind of crazy, right? But it is very cool that with all of these conservation efforts, we've been able to increase that population size. And with the trend we're seeing right now, someday very soon we'll be able to get that animal back out into the wild where they belong, which is really exciting. And it is a big testament to what we can do when we work together to help these animals out. And we have brought them back from the brink of extinction, which is absolutely incredible. And whether you know it or not, just by coming on out and visiting us here in Animal Kingdom today, you help to support that initiative and so many others. Elephant and Bees Project, the Disney Conservation Fund actually has projects in over 170 countries all over the globe. So I do thank you so much for coming on out to visit, coming on a safari, learning some more about these animals. And I do hope that your conservation adventure does continue even when you get home. Just keep in mind that every time you make a small little effort to change your daily